Center in Rockford, Illinois, for an evening of the ESPN Championship Karate. These fights are sanctioned by the FFKA, Terry Nye, President. Our officials at ringside are scorekeeper Bonnie Schultz, timekeeper Robin Ballard, and our fight doctor, Dr. Michael Alberti. And our referee for this fight, Paul Kears. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's throw some dynamite. This fight is a 12-round FFKA World Welterweight title fight. Introducing in the red corner, he's from Rockford, Illinois. He's 6 feet tall, weighed in today at 154 pounds. He has a record of 16 wins, 4 losses, 8 of those wins by knockout. He's the number 4 contender in the world and former world champion. Please welcome in the red corner, Ricky the Wolf Haynes. And his opponent in the blue corner, he's from Baltimore, Maryland. He's 5 feet 11 inches tall and he weighed in at 154 pounds. He has a record of 21 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. 7 wins by knockout. He is currently the world champion. Please welcome in the blue corner, Leroy Super Feet Taylor.
Okay, referee Paul Kears giving the fighters final instructions.
Looking and staring down, getting nose to nose. These guys are serious. The referee had to pull them apart. They got so close, they mashed their faces together. The referee pulled them back. Both these guys look as serious as a heart attack.
Super Feet Taylor, the world champion. A good counter fighter who likes to mix it up. Against Ricky Haynes. He wants to take something away from his opponent with every hit. Here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12. The fighters using the standard gloves as they would in boxing.
You notice the foam pads that they wear on their feet. Or 2 inches of foam. They wear shin pads to protect their instep and shin, and then regulation boxing gloves.
And each fighter must make 8 legitimate kicks per round, or be penalized a point, and a point on the 10-point must scoring system could ultimately cost you the fight.
That was a nice kick to the kidney by Ricky Haynes. Leroy's his strategy is to move in this fight. Ricky Haynes' strategy was to go after him.
Midway through round 1, Haynes with the left jab.
Leroy said that he has the best kicks in the world. Nobody can kick better. Ricky Haynes wants to get inside those kicks and do some damage.
Taylor uses his kicks as a fighter would use a jab to keep his opponent away.
He's very flexible and kicks equally well with both legs, and that will confuse your opponent sometimes. Ricky Haynes looking real strong with his hands, though. Leroy wants to make sure he moves. Now, Leroy's starting to stand with him a little bit.
Right, a long looping left hand by Haynes.
Sometimes...
Okay, final moments of round number 1. All right, let's go into the corner now.
There's Sylvester Cash. Iron Man Cash.
He and Mike Shapiro training Leroy Taylor.
He's talking to Leroy. Leroy used this first round as a feeling out round, but Ricky Haynes looked like he was keeping the pressure on him. And I think we're going to see more of that as the fight goes on.
There's Ricky Haynes with John Monzak. Natalie attired in the tuxedo, one of his corner men.
Ricky Haynes, a former world champion, and of course Leroy Taylor, our current world champion. They have not fought before, though. Ricky Haynes knows what it's like to train with champions, as well as Leroy Taylor. Both of them have good sparring camps.
Round 2 for the FFKA World Welterweight title. It belongs to Leroy Superfeet Taylor, but Haynes would love to take it away.
Leroy has a lot of excellent sparring partners, as well as Ricky Haynes has a lot of good sparring partners with Bad Brad Hepton.
Haynes scoring with the left. Jeff, how do those kicks take a toll on the fighter?
Well, when they're landing these body shots into the kidney, these hard shots, even if they're in the arms, they're going to take some steam out of them. After a while, all the pounding on those arms, it will absorb that punishment, and it's going to slow you down in the later rounds. These legs are a lot stronger than those arms, so when you pound them into the arms, even though you're keeping them from hitting the vital areas, they take their toll after a while.
Midway through round 2. Good left that time by Taylor, answered by Haynes.
Nice combination by Taylor. When Taylor lands his blows, he gets his power from the combination rather than from one particular blow, whereas Ricky Haynes can tee up, and on each one of those blows has a lot of power, can take you out with one of them.
Overhand right.
Nice combination back by Taylor.
Taylor has demonstrated the ability to score on the world champion.
Ricky Haynes, the former world champion, and now Taylor, our current world champion. But in the ring, none of that matters. It's just who's left standing.
Now, final moments, round number 2. It's set for round number 3. The story so far has been Ricky Haynes' ability to score. He used his punches well against the world champion, Leroy Taylor. Taylor in the black pants, Haynes in the yellow pants.
Taylor being the champion, Haynes has to take it away from him. If it ends in a draw, the victory still goes to Taylor. He has to take it away. So where Haynes is going to be stalking and going after, Taylor will be moving. Haynes appears to be stronger than Taylor in his individual techniques, whereas I said before, Taylor gets his power from a series of combinations. Taylor's strategy should be to wear Haynes down, let him get tired a little bit, moving around, and then he takes some of that steam off and then go inside. But right now, it's not a safe place to be with the power that Ricky Haynes is demonstrating.
Haynes with a well-defined upper body.
Haynes has excellent kicks himself, being a Korean stylist in the martial arts. They're noted for their kicking techniques. He's been in karate since 1973, so he has quite a bit of experience under his black belt.
Both fighters have made their 8 kicks this round. Haynes with a left-right combination. Drops Taylor to the canvas.
This is what I was telling Taylor needs to be on the outside, not on the inside, until Haynes loses a little power.
Standing 8 count for Leroy Taylor.
Taylor needs to get inside and time up or move out of there a little bit, clear his head.
Final stages of round number 3. Ricky Haynes with a left-right combination stuns the world champion.
That's that power that Ricky Haynes is demonstrating in all those techniques. Taylor needed to stay on the outside, and he was just in a little too close. He goes down and then comes back over the top.
There's the left and the overhand right that crumpled Taylor.
Taylor was just standing in front of him. Taylor does best when he's moving, and there he is just standing. He ducked under it, and he didn't move from that point. You've got to move your head and your feet. Ricky Haynes appearing to be the stronger of the two in the punching department. But again, Taylor has knocked out people with his hands by putting the combination together. He needs to move. This round is going to be very important for Taylor. If he can survive this round, it'll give him an opportunity to clear his head.
Round 4, scheduled for 12. Haynes comes out on the attack in the yellow pants. Leroy Taylor in the black pants, trying to reestablish himself.
Taylor, with the experience that he has in being the world champion, has proved in the past that he can come back from something like this. But let's see if Haynes can capitalize on it this time and take this title away from him. I'm surprised at Haynes' style in this round. He should be going after Taylor while his head has not cleared completely.
There's a left-right combination again. Right hook. Taylor will need another standing 8 count, but Haynes has a tough time finding his way to a neutral corner.
Taylor is in trouble.
1 minute left in the round. Plenty of time for Haynes to go back on the attack.
Taylor should have went on down rather than he bobbed and then he came back up. If he would have went down, he would have had a little more time to clear his head. Instead, he got hit with another shot. He's got to get out of that corner. He's got to be moving his head and his feet. He's just sitting in front of Haynes.
Taylor forcing himself to fight out of the corner. Finally backed up Ricky Haynes.
Taylor needs a couple kicks left in this round, too. There's only 30 seconds left. He's got to get off a couple kicks. There's one. There's two. You better keep those hands up. There's that right hand again.
A choppy short right. As Haynes able to score at will when he throws that punch.
It's when he gets inside that Haynes can land that short right.
Final moments of the round now. Leroy Taylor coming back from that standing 8 count to connect on a combination as the round ended.
There's Sylvester Cash in his corner, putting some ice and cold water, trying to wake him up. Taylor looked like his head was clearing towards the round. He was showing a nice combination as the round ended. Here's the weakness that Haynes has picked up. Taylor's left hand is down, and there's the right hand. And he's doing that quite often when he's inside. He has to keep it up like he is doing now. Checking it from a different angle. Here comes the... Now watch it come right over the top. He has his left hand down. Here it comes.
The left set it up.
There it is.
And the right cross. Put Taylor in trouble. Ricky Haynes. They call him the Wolf. Beginning round 5 now.
And Haynes looks hungry like the wolf. Leroy Taylor's eyes look a little glassy.
Taylor going back to what he does best, the kick.
Taylor's corner needed to give him a little strategy in there to give him a little confidence. When you get knocked down like that, your head isn't clear, you lose your strategy. They've got to keep on him. He needs to keep moving.
Haynes moves in, but can't do any damage as Taylor able to slip away.
Taylor is dropping his front hand after he jabs. He's dropping that front hand, and that's when Haynes is coming back over the top of it. He needs to bring it back after his jab up by the chin.
Taylor beginning to score. Midway through our round.
Taylor needs to keep that left hand up.
He's at his best when he can keep Haynes away with his kick.
There's that front hand down, and there's Haynes waiting to land his right again.
Haynes blocking those punches.
Taylor's moving his head better, but it only takes one miss. And then you have to punish him. Leroy is making him miss, but then he's not coming back right after it. Now he's coming.
Good left hand that time by Haynes. Final seconds of round number 5 for the World Welterweight Championship. World Welterweight Championship.
Let's see if Leroy has got a chance to get his head clear. He needs to go back to his old style of moving and sticking and moving. He's throwing his punches and he's sitting still rather than the way he moves.
Using the side kick as an offensive blow is Leroy Taylor.
Sometimes what happens, you get in there and you let your ego get the best of you. When somebody lands a good blow on it, you want to stay in there and show them that you can take it rather than going back to your own strategy of moving and making a miss like he just did. This is what got Leroy to this world title, and this is what's going to keep him there if he can move and throw and score and make his opponent miss.
Good defense by Haynes as he covers up.
Haynes is still skimming those punches by his chin. Taylor's hand was not up. Haynes just missed the punch.
Haynes misses, and back comes Taylor.
Taylor needs to get out of there. Haynes is fighting a smart fight. He's got a lot of power. You know, when you fight somebody like Brad Hepton, who's a super heavyweight, and you fight somebody like Leroy Taylor, they have the speed, but they don't feel near as strong because you're used to that heavier weight.
Good right uppercut that time by Haynes.
There's that right hand again, and that hurt Taylor. Taylor's hurt. His legs are wobbly.
Final moments of the round. We'll be back with more ESPN Championship Karate. ESPN Championship Karate. From the perspective of Leroy Superfeet Taylor as he comes out for round 7 against Ricky Haynes.
Taylor, his head did not clear this round. His legs still look a little rubbery. He's trying to move around there, but he's having a little trouble. He's got up on his toes.
Taylor in the black pants, the world welterweight champion. But Haynes has had the better of it.
When you get knocked down like that, it takes a lot of stamina out of you. It drains your body of that energy you need, and he hasn't rejuvenated yet. His legs are still a little rubbery.
The left scores by Haynes.
Taylor still has his front hand down. Haynes is trying to capitalize on it.
Taylor has benefited from 2 standing 8 counts already. We're halfway through round number 7.
There's that chopping right by Haynes. He's still trying to catch Taylor with it.
Interesting that Taylor, who has the reputation as the kicker, only has 5 kicks in this round. That is not his game. Credit Haynes for that.
He's not sticking to his game plan. Haynes has thrown him off. His head's not clear. He's fighting Ricky Haynes' fight right now. Haynes wants him to stay inside and exchange hands with him. Your strategy in every fight is to try to get your fighter to fight your fight, and that's what Ricky Haynes is doing tonight.
With 10 seconds left, Taylor still needs another kick. And I believe he may have gotten it if the kick counter gave it to him at the bell.
He threw that last kick, but the kick counter, in his estimation, didn't feel it was strong enough to warrant to count as a kick because To count as a kick, it has to be a hard blow at a legal attempt to throw, not just a token kick that's flipped out. And the kick counter is not crediting that kick.
Okay, so now referee Paul Kears is instructing the fighters. That will cost Taylor 1 point, and he's got to make up that one kick plus 8 more in the next round to avoid another penalty.
Well, penalties are not the problem right now. If he loses that 1 point, the 1 point in this match is not going to bother him. It's what's costing us. He's lost these last 5 or 6 rounds, and what he's got to do is win the next 5 or 6.
Ricky Haynes, the hometown hero from Rockford, with the advantage as we begin round 8 of this championship fight.
With only 5 rounds left, Taylor has to win these 5 rounds to win this fight. He's not just at a point now of surviving. He's got to think about winning. Ricky Haynes is in the position now where all he has to do is win a couple more rounds and he's got this fight. Or he can knock Taylor out and win it instantly.
Good side kick that time by Taylor.
Haynes said earlier he does not want to win by decision. He wants to knock Taylor out.
And he's had the world champion down once.
Haynes has hurt him almost every round with a good right hand. This is not Leroy Taylor's style of fighting inside.
No, Haynes definitely benefits from the inside fight. He tries to score with the right uppercut.
Excellent strategy on the part of Ricky Haynes.
Taylor has made his 8 kicks. In fact, he has 9 in this round, so he has made up the deficit from the last round.
Taylor's getting a little more steam in his punches. He might feel now, his corner might have told him, you're going to have to knock Ricky out to win this fight.
As we come to the end of round number 8.
There's that right hand again.
It's been a comeback in this round for Leroy Taylor.
A late one after the bell.
Haynes to the left, and yes, it was after the bell.
Leroy Taylor coming back strong, but there's that one right hand again that Ricky Haynes landed that hurt Taylor again. Didn't take him down, but it took a little steam out of him, and that steam is what he's going to need if he's going to be able to finish this fight. Here it is again. Comes overhand right over his front arm. Pops him right on the chin. Every one of those is taking their toll. Leroy Taylor, if he wants to win this thing, is going to have to come back with a knockout at this point, I feel.
Okay, and now while we have a chance, a program reminder. We won't be joining you next Tuesday night, but we'll be coming back the following week for 10 more weeks of full contact karate here on ESPN. Round number 9. The FFKA World Welterweight Championship. Taylor in the black pants, the champion, but his belt very much in doubt. The challenger, Ricky Haynes, in yellow.
This fight living up to every expectation. Both these guys have been anxious to get each other in the ring. Both of them have the egos to feel that they're the world champion and they want to take it from the other. It looks like Leroy Taylor tonight is going to have to make a strong comeback.
Spinning back fist that time by Ricky Haynes. That's a punch with a lot of leverage. Taylor cannot get in between the guard of Haynes. He's done a nice job of picking off those punches.
Taylor showing a lot of heart, exchanging with those hands, staying in there, showing his boxing skills.
But does Taylor have the strength to take Haynes out?
It only takes one blow to change the fight around, or it can end the fight as far as Leroy Taylor's concerned. Ricky Haynes lands the big one, then it ends the fight as far as he's concerned. Ricky Haynes at this point still looks like he is very much in control with his strength. He hasn't taken much steam out of his punches. Leroy, again, is landing him in combination.
All right, so we're coming up on the end of the round. Both fighters making their kicks. There's the bell to signal the start of round number 10. Scheduled for 12. Leroy Taylor, the world welterweight champion, fighting for his life and his belt against the challenger, Ricky Haynes, in yellow.
Taylor still fighting Ricky Haynes' fight. There's that right hand. Taylor just getting out of the way of it. You watch Taylor try to move around. His legs look a little rubbery, and that's what's throwing him off. He doesn't have that spring in his leg that he needs to fight his style of fight right now. And I think that's why he's go ahead and his only shot is to mix it up and take this title back.
Taylor finds the inside with the right. Both fighters have made their mandatory 8 kicks. We're in the 10th round. Good left by Haynes. Sweeping left hand. And that may have stunned Taylor.
Taylor's holding on a little bit here to let his head clear. You see Taylor kicking like that, you know he's lost some steam.
Here comes Taylor, the experience of a champion, able to fight back from that big blow.
Nice right hand by Taylor.
Couple of right hooks by Taylor.
Taylor's fighting on instinct now.
Good left, backs up Haynes.
Taylor's fighting on heart. He's giving it everything he got. He knows now, I've got to take this title.
Both fighters exchanging blows at center ring. And Taylor may be in trouble.
Taylor wobbling there after the bell. He almost stepped in, fell into the rope. His legs were rubbery.
And Haynes doesn't have an awful left either. Sylvester Cash instructing his fighter.
Yes, you got to go at him.
He's telling him, you're going to have to take this fight. You're going to have to knock Haynes out if you want to win this fight. Haynes is tired in his corner. He's given this fight everything that he's got. Here's that right hand that does it to Taylor. First the left.
Backs him up.
Just out of reach of the right. Then another left.
And you see Haynes reaching.
It looks like the left is the one that did the damage. He had a stiff jab on Taylor.
Okay, round number 11.
This is going to be interesting to see if Taylor can finish this fight.
Or did the minute reprieve help Leroy Taylor?
Haynes is tired, but he still has a lot of steam left in his technique. This is where the training pays off. That extra mile you did in road work, the extra rounds you did in sparring, this is where it pays off, and you have to dig down in.
It's Haynes with his back to the ropes now.
This type of fighting is what determines true champions. The ones who can come on and come back.
A left and a right by Haynes scored.
The audience wanting Ricky to go after it and take it to him.
Midway, round 11. solid blows by each fighter. Good right that time by Taylor.
Taylor's moving out of range and making Haynes miss. That's what he needs to do.
And Haynes throwing some haymakers wildly. Combination by Leroy Taylor.
Leroy Taylor is pushing himself.
Both fighters have made their mandatory 8 kicks. Hard left hand by Haynes. Back comes Taylor pouring in.
Taylor proving to everybody why he is the champion.
10 seconds left as we move on to our final round. Round number 12 for the FFKA World Welterweight Championship. Leroy Taylor, the world champion. Ricky Haynes, the challenger, has had the best of it. 2 minutes left.
This fight has lived up to its expectations. Both these fighters with a lot of heart. Ricky Haynes trying to prove that he is the new champion. Leroy Taylor trying to prove that he can remain the champion.
Haynes on the move. Backing Taylor up. Now Taylor working back into the middle of the ring.
Taylor's up on his feet again.
Stinging left by Haynes. Taylor still with something left. He's been on the canvas. He's come back and battled Ricky Haynes.
Leroy Taylor still answering the blows. Haynes throws, Taylor throws back.
40 seconds left in the 12th round.
Leroy Taylor's only opportunity to win this fight, I feel, Pat, is he's going to have to knock Haynes out. And he's there trying it. He's giving it everything he got. And here's Haynes. Haynes is giving everything he has. Nice headwork by Taylor. These guys have some kind of respect for each other.
Taylor and Haynes finishing with a flurry. It's gone right down to the final bell. "12 rounds of action from Leroy Taylor and Ricky Haynes.
Don Monzak lifting Ricky Haynes up. Showing the crowd cheering Ricky on. Leroy Taylor fought a tremendous fight. Ricky Haynes stuck to his game plan. He took it to Taylor. He landed the big bomb on his right hand, and that took the steam out of Taylor. Taylor couldn't stick to his game plan because he then couldn't move, and I think that's what made the difference.
Taylor told us at the top of the show, I can outkick anyone, but tonight he never got into his game plan. Credit that to the challenger, Ricky Haynes. We've just seen 12 rounds of toe-to-toe action for the FFKA World Welterweight title. The defending champion, superfeet, Leroy Taylor, challenged by Ricky Haynes, and Haynes gave him all he could handle. Now for the decision, let's go into the ring for Lee J. Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge 1 scores it 120-115. Judge 2 scores it 117-116. And Judge 3 scores it 120-112. The winner and new world champion in the red corner, Ricky the World